Self-sabotage is a common aspect of human behavior that many of us find ourselves guilty of at some point in our lives, often without even realizing it. It refers to the tendency to undermine our own goals, success, or well-being, all the while unaware that we are actually self-sabotaging. While the reasons behind self-sabotage can vary from person to person, there are 7 common factors that can shed light on this intriguing phenomenon. 1. Fear of failure. One of the primary reasons we self-sabotage is our fear of failure. When faced with a new opportunity or challenge, our fear of falling short or not meeting expectations can lead us to engage in self-defeating behaviors. We may procrastinate, make excuses, or simply not give our best effort, ultimately guaranteeing that we don't achieve the success we desire. This fear can stem from a lack of self-confidence or past negative experiences that have left us doubting our abilities. If we harbor internal negative self-talk, we may feel that we are not capable of succeeding or worry about the potential consequences if we do. As a result, we engage in behaviors that prevent us from even trying or putting in our best effort. For example, we may dream of starting our own business, but then we constantly delay taking the necessary steps. There's always a reason why we can't get to it. Something always prevents us from starting. 2. Strangely, the second reason is the opposite of the first reason, and that is fear of success. On the flip side to fear of failure, fear of success can also lead to self-sabotage. Success often comes with increased responsibilities, expectations, and changes in life. Sometimes we may feel overwhelmed by these potential outcomes of our potential success and resort to behaviors that prevent us from achieving our goals. For instance, we may perform exceptionally well on a project, but then fail to meet a deadline intentionally, thus preventing ourselves from getting recognition or promotions. This may seem counterintuitive. After all, who wouldn't want to succeed? But the reality is that we are fearful of the unknown, as success often comes with additional pressures, increased visibility, and higher expectations. These factors can be intimidating and threaten our sense of security and comfort in our current situation. And so we are reluctant to step outside our comfort zone. That is why we may end up subconsciously sabotaging our own progress in order to avoid the potential challenges and uncertainties that come with success. 3. Low and negative self-esteem. Low or negative self-esteem can be a breeding ground for self-sabotage. When we have a negative self-image, we may not fully believe we deserve success or happiness. Subconsciously, we engage in self-destructive behaviors that reinforce our negative beliefs about ourselves. We may feel that we would not reward incapable people with recognition, and so we are plagued by questions about whether people could be seeing us as incapable. We may also be unconsciously punishing ourselves for whatever we did to undeserving people in our distant past, which may be so deeply obscured in our memory that we don't even remember anything about it. So if we have deep-seated beliefs that we are unworthy of success, happiness, or love, we may engage in self-sabotaging behaviors as a means of confirming these negative beliefs. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. These behaviors can include engaging in self-sabotaging thoughts like, "I'm not good enough," or "I don't deserve this." We may also avoid opportunities that could enhance our self-worth, such as avoiding healthy relationships or turning down job offers. 4. Fear of rejection. Fear of rejection can be a powerful driver of self-sabotage. When we fear being rejected or criticized by others, we may sabotage our own chances of success to protect ourselves from potential. For example, we may be afraid of entering into a new business and exposing our inadequacies. When faced with customers who are notorious for being negative opinion leaders and who also don't buy, we may exhibit incongruent responses. In response, we may either keep going back to the same customers and missing other opportunities, or we may unconsciously push away new customers. In extreme cases, we may even create unnecessary conflicts that sabotage any chances of cultivating long-lasting customer relationships and long-term sales. 5. Past trauma. Past traumatic experiences can also contribute to self-sabotaging behaviors. When we have experienced painful or traumatic events in the past, we may unconsciously sabotage our own success as a form of self-protection. We may have developed unhealthy coping mechanisms that sabotage our chances of success or happiness. Success can trigger feelings of vulnerability and fear, reminding us of past hurts and making us reluctant to put ourselves in similar situations. For instance, we may find ourselves recreating similar patterns in our business or professions. This behavior is often a result of unresolved trauma and a lack of healthy coping strategies. 6. Lack of self-awareness can lead to self-sabotage. Many of us are not fully aware of our own patterns of behavior and the underlying reasons behind them. For example, if we are not aware of our raw talents or other powers that we possess within, we may relegate ourselves to the outskirts of opportunity circulation. we may engage in self-sabotaging actions without realizing the impact they have on our lives. Developing self-awareness and understanding our own abilities, motivations, and triggers can help us break free from self-sabotage and make more empowered choices. The best way to combat this is to allow into our lives people such as mentors or coaches. They can help us unearth amazing talents and strengths within us which can power up our upward movement full of happiness and success. 7. Perfectionism can also lead to self-sabotage. Perfectionism can be a double-edged sword. While it can drive us to achieve high standards and excel in our endeavors, it can also lead to self-sabotage. When the fear of making mistakes or not meeting impossibly high standards becomes overwhelming, we may engage in self-sabotaging behaviors to avoid the possibility of failure. For example, we may never feel satisfied with our work, and so we will constantly find flaws. As a result, we may procrastinate, avoid completing tasks, or engage in self-criticism, making it impossible for us to achieve our goals. The desire to be flawless and achieve impossibly high standards can be a paralyzing disorder. We may avoid taking on new responsibilities or launching a good idea into reality because we fear it won't meet our own exacting standards. This pursuit of perfection can become a mini disaster, as nothing ever feels good enough. In this state, we are not aware of an opportunity to make sales now and recognize that perfection is a mirage. It keeps moving up as we grow, so we should rather see it as our accomplished future self, beckoning us to keep achieving more. So, perfection should rather be recoined as a journey of up-levels, not a destination. Let's get paid as we up-level. If you found this video helpful in any way, please like, comment, and pass it on to others whom you believe it may help too. Subscribe for future helpful videos for happiness, success, and a fulfilled life. Blessings to you.